Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as we've got a brand new patch update to the game, including an array of crash fixes, miscellaneous ones, and optimizations, and a really weird ending message that leads us to believe that December 2nd is going to be some large content. We've also got to take a look at the Game Awards, as apparently Helldivers has entered in for nominees for a couple of different categories, of which I don't think you're actually going to believe. And then we've got to take a look at the community managers, if they've changed something with on socials, which is making things a little bit strange. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off on old and new games alike. Links in the description. If you want to get your hands on some free super credits, getting ready for the next new war bond, hopefully dropping soon, then all you have to do is head down into the comments section and put in a fire emoji, as it appears that things are going to be heating up here on Helldivers too. With that being said, let's see what it is happening right now inside of Helldivers. Starting off, we're going to break down the latest patch update, as there has been an array of fixes. And starting off with the crashes, we can see right here that they fixed a crash that would happen when alt-tabbing or changing displays related to settings. They also fixed a crash that would occur when the Hive Lord would hear noises coming from the outside of the map. They fixed a crash that could occur when leaving or disconnecting from a game, and one which would occur when changing graphic settings during some missions for PC only. And another one for PC only was a rare crash that would occur when launching into city missions. Also, finally, a rare crash that would occur when the Pelican lands. Now, extremely odd, because there were so many other crash situations that needed fixing, and they weren't actually included in there. This is quite a small patch for the most part. I'm not too sure why it's so small, because they've had a good few weeks for this one, and I thought this could be the end of the latest patch cadence before we move into the normal release of content. But it stays right here. Miscellaneous fixes. They fixed an issue where the SH32 shield generator backpack and the FX12 shield generator relay didn't shield those inside of the effects of storm, such as acid storm, sandstorm, and the blizzard, which I didn't know was even an issue. And finally, a fixed bug, which was a rare one, where all audio could cut out after extensive playtime. Again, didn't even know that that was a problem, but they have been rectified as well. In terms of optimizations, they've improved the way environmental effects such as sandstorms, blizzards, and acid storms apply their status effects for reduced impact on performance. They've also optimized destruction on various tree assets to maintain performance when lots of trees are being destroyed. I thought that that was rectified in the previous patch update. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that that was actually a note in the last one. They fixed sandstorms and blizzards, no longer slowing Helldivers down, which is definitely needed. The blizzards and the sandstorms will definitely slow you down, and that's just naturally how that one operates, although it appears that that is about the only change that affects players, really, and it's in a negative way. And they've also addressed the gameplay and performance issue, which allowed Bile Titans to traverse through areas they should not have been able to. Overall, a tiny, tiny little patch, and something that should have been a lot bigger. None of the really big things that we've been asking for fixes on have actually been addressed in here, although this is Arrowhead, so the likelihood is there's a load of patch notes behind the scenes that we don't actually know about, and changes that have already happened from that one that they didn't input into the patch notes. Now, they oddly do put a final notice in, which leads us to believe that we're going into the normal patch cadence with normal content releasing again soon. They state, "We also kindly ask you to put a fiery red circle around the date of December 2nd, as we have some buzzing updates for you all." Now, this is extremely weird, because I have no idea what fiery and buzzing are meant to be alluding to. If you guys have got any opinions on that one, then do let me know via the comment section below. But it does appear that there is a new update coming in on December 2nd, which could lead into new content, and that drops in exactly 2 weeks' time. Nothing is confirmed, and we'll be keeping our ear to the floor, but this is something that we definitely want to keep an eye out for. Let me know your thoughts and your ideas via the comment section. Moving on from that, though, we've got to take a look at the Game Awards, as I did not expect to see what I saw inside of the nominees for some certain categories. One of the strangest things that I think that I've seen yet is this one right here. This is a category for best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, including social media activity and game updates and patches. And Helldivers is bloody in there. I have no idea how this has become a thing, but nonetheless, they are in there for the category. For me personally, I think that No Man's Sky should secure that one. The fact that after all of these years, No Man's Sky is still there, I think it's quite likely that that will secure the bag. But Helldivers 2 being in this category was absolutely mind-boggling. On top of that, they also managed to secure a spot for a nominee in the best ongoing game, where awards are going out for the outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Again, I am extremely confused. The game has been very, very good, and this year has probably not been its greatest ray of sunshine. I'm not too sure why it's in there this year of all years, but it's in there for the Best Ongoing Game Award. Let me know what you guys are thinking of these two nominations in the comment section below. Now, I love Helldivers, and it has always going to have a ginormous part of my heart, and I do think it's an incredible game, but I'm not too sure that it deserved the placements for either of these nominations inside of the Game Awards. Let me know what you guys think and whether you agree with me or not via the comment section. And we've got to keep an eye on the Discord yet again. I absolutely hate that we have to do that, but they have expanded the game into Discord numerous times. Weirdly enough, though, the Baskinator and Mitchmus, our two community managers, have now changed their icons underneath their names that now states watching, and it just has an eye. I have no idea what that means, but people are getting a little bit confused and a little bit anxious, as they don't normally change these things unless something is generally coming. So expect an update with that one very soon. Nonetheless, though, we may well be expanding the channel into other games such as Arc Raiders and so many more in the future, but we are obviously always going to be covering Helldivers here on the channel. So for all of your latest and greatest news, make sure that you stay tuned, as so much seems to be happening over the next few weeks. Moving forward from that, though, we've got to take a look at your top comments from the previous video, where the patch updates were announced and the CEO was speaking about the voting issues. There is a lot to go over, so let's see what it is that's happening in the comment section for that one. This first one right here from Super Straight states, we can vote on where the DSS goes, but we can't code the city voting into the galactic map. Very, very strange to me. I've spoke about this a good few times now. I don't want to give too much attention to it. But yes, I don't understand why the voting isn't in the game and why it's on Discord. It's almost like they tried to keep their Discord alive by incorporating parts of the game in it. I have no idea why. Next up, coming from Life of a Gundam, it states, I'm still waiting for the Killzone gear to return like they said it would. And the Baskinator has been saying now for about a year that the Killzone gear would eventually make its return back into the game. We also haven't seen some of the pre-order items coming back for PC and for PlayStation, which apparently they said that they would do that as well. It appears to be a lot of false promises, and I'm yet to see absolutely any of them materialize. So fingers crossed we'll see something at some point, but I'm not holding my breath at this stage. And finally, this one right here from Dusty states, I mean, the idea of new weapon used to get me hype, but Arrowhead has confirmed that if a weapon performs, in their words, too good, then they will nerf it. It really killed the feeling of getting excited for anything. Now, they obviously need to have a balance inside of the game, and there needs to be some sort of cadence with how it is that weapons actually perform. Unfortunately, there has been a bit of a darker period where the game has led into weapon performance being a lot lower, meaning that the game would be a little bit harder, and that's how they want the difficulty to scale. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, as they've already said that the power fantasy is not normally their first thought when it comes to new weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree with you somewhat, but it is a disappointment to say the least. I'm intrigued to see where it is the game can go over ongoing weeks and months, and we'll always be completely transparent and honest with you guys, but make sure that we bring you the latest and greatest in Helldivers 2. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Thanks again for watching, guys. I appreciate your faces, and if you are still at this point, make sure you stay tuned, as we've got a live stream going up very, very soon. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.